Make those buttons sad. Sad.
Alrighty, quiet on the set.
And quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to day here in Shroud of the Avatar and lunch with Laz and Jack, where the yellow snow is falling in Shroud.
Does look yellow,
And we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news, so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours, because we continue to do these things. Giveaways should be open on both streams. If you want to get in on the streamer bundle, remember you must be a Shroud player to get in on that. Type in !bundle me on twitch.tv/NBNN News and twitch.tv/Cynicist. If you want to get in on the streamer bundle, the Steam key giveaway on Laz's side, you need to do ! I love free shit. On my side, it would be pound the booty.
Pounded.
Yes,
Pounded hard.
it is. It is a day.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. Yes, that means at the bottom of the hour and the top of the hour, we will be giving away double bundles if I remember.
Yes, if he remembers.
Yeah, otherwise it will be like 3 at the end
Let's
of the
hope he
show.
remembers.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed the topic from yesterday because we get to continue it.
And don't worry, people. We'll remind him.
You'll remind me of what?
That is 2 for Tuesday.
Probably too late. Because
We'll remind you in time.
So, Laz, how's your day going?
Oh, just another lovely day. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Tuesday, January 28th. We are 2 days away from the next release, and we are patiently awaiting any information, which we're not going to see till Thursday.
Yes.
It is what it is, but we are going to continue on with the follow-up from yesterday, where we were talking about the state of the game, a feedback thread.
Yes.
And today we are going to follow up with the feedback to said thread.
I know what this yellow snow is from.
The light
Well,
reflecting off the snow, causing
No.
it to go.
No.
It's the golden hour.
Somebody got a balloon to float above us, and they're peeing in the clouds.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The fun way to make yellow snow.
Right.
Yes.
yeah, really weird that it actually does look yellowish today.
Yes.
So don't stick
and
out So don't stick out your tongues.
can if that's your kink.
That's right.
Yeah, I suppose.
Get that lemony flavored goodness, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would call it lemony flavored though, but
Something flavored.
I wouldn't know what to call it, but that's another story. But we're gonna pick up here from yesterday with Violet.
Violet Ronso, who is choosing to pick and nitpick topics that concern them or have input. They are not ignoring the other points from Jerton. They just have nothing constructive to add to them. So here goes Violet Ronsu's advice. If you head over to the most mines, you'll rapidly learn where the ores are and be able to run laps within the mine to gather ores forever. Monsters are there, but in much fewer quantities for the most part. But a mobless gathering would not be possible. I've once talked with one of the devs who would make scenes, and they told me they had a rule where they needed a certain danger level around resources. So yeah, it's intended that way. My top 3 mines, personally, are Elysium mines for silver and copper, Graph gem mines for gold and copper, and the skeletal mines for iron.
Not familiar with the skeletal mines.
You've never been to the skeletal mines?
I'm not familiar with it. The other two, I'm looking now. Let me just see something here. Is it actually called the skeletal mines?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It is not.
Exeter, Graph Gem, Spectral, probably Spectral.
Yes.
Of course, stay away from the Understorm gold mine because that's just
what gold?
Yeah, what gold in the Understorm gold mine? Graph Gems, yeah, where I just said that. Although why
Yeah.
Graph Gem Mines and Graph Gem Mines Entrance has two different points: Elysium, Lost White Guard, Serpent Spine, Owl's Nest, and Verdantis. So
Yeah. You know, yep.
yeah, I'm curious what she considers the skeletal, which would probably be spectral,
Spectral.
which is yeah. But
Then, as Violet comments about instances, Violet says, this was a very important detail requested by Lord British Richard Garriott. Devs have tried to make some scenes, mostly the underground ones, connect to one another, but the owl is a key feature of the game that is now way too late to ever change. Yeah.
Overworld.
Also, over the years, I've learned that a lot of people appreciate the instances being able to play privately, something that tons wanted, and is great for most simply in terms of resource collection, as you've never fighting anyone first said resources. Yeah. Um, remember, the original design was open
World.
followed by open as far as scene goes, followed by party, followed by friends and family, followed by private for the 3 online modes of play. Party was never implemented correctly, I want to say.
Properly, yeah, at all.
Then after that, or I should say, friends and family was never implemented correctly.
None of it was ever implemented correctly.
Yeah. Then you also have that scenes would support up to like 16 characters initially. And you end up with all kinds of issues. Towns were supposed to support up to, initially it was like 64, then it got bumped to like 128. But the way that the game does LODs and what's rendered on the screen is extremely problematic for supporting lots of users. Yeah. But Lord British wanted to support lots of gameplay, not specifically the instances. That was also a lot of Chris. But yeah,
instances were a real hassle coming up before we got all that fleshed out, because you figured, oh yeah, 2 parties of 8, because the original party was at maximum of 8 before they made it 12. Also, yeah,
wasn't it originally 4?
No, that was 8
or 8. Okay. Yeah,
for a total of 16.
There's like there are so many issues there. I remember it took over 5 years for them to actually get the thing of moving your health bar.
Yeah, right after that guy gets back from his honeymoon.
Yeah. It's super easy. It's just as soon as he gets back from his honeymoon, and never fucking worked on. There's so many different things that have been requested and told to the community that, hey, this is coming. What you see in the game is just the first iteration of what we're doing, that we're still dealing with 10 years later, because the game has really been persistent for 10 years at this point, since release 13.
13.
Game officially launched in March of 2018. Then went free to play 6 months later. But yes,
Great
yeah.
way to kill that revenue.
I know. And then, so as far as making money, Violet says, this, in my opinion, is very false and simply a result of how the devs aim to make the game player driven. A majority of the junk that you collect can be sold, often to value matching NPCs to make gold, and there's tons of daily quests that give some gold as well as XP and artifacts. And a big majority of the resources will always have people buying them. If you think in-game players have a magical print money button, it is false. They simply can collect gold faster by utilizing these systems faster than beginners. It's a player-driven economy, so a lot of things are way overpriced too. Check the Discord or the vendor listing tool to find players worth selling to and buying from. I will say that the best scene that I've found for making money is the Panopticon.
Well, yeah. Let me start by also saying
I'm saying that is straight gold drops.
Yeah, the value matching system is okay if you don't mind bouncing all over hell and high water.
Well,
to make that money.
The value matching system is abysmal. Because if you bring up your inventory, right, and you have here, I'm going to trade you some items.
I'm looking to see if I have anything on me that's worth.
Okay.
I don't.
So, in our trade, in the trade window, I gave you 2 Elven E-stocks. Okay, one had a damage of, but it tells you the value of that is 175, right?
Correct.
And the other one, the +1 Elven E-stock, is also +1 with a value of 175.
Let's
now,
run over
both
to
of
Theo.
both of them have wildly different durabilities, and the durability actually impacts what the vendor will pay for it. So there is a massive disconnect in what you're looking at. So now that I'm at Theo, my Elven E-stock that I have myself has a value of 44 gold because it's 1 out of 16 for the durability. The other one has a value of 175, 172.
170 and 48. Yes, 170 and 48.
And Theo is actually one of the best merchants for selling random crap too.
He is one of the value matching NPCs for equipment. Therein lies the problem. I'm going to give these back to you because I don't need them. Each value matching NPC only does his or her specialty. So it would be nice if there was just a general store that would value match. Take those, please.
Well, not only that, but realistically, what should also be there is the price should be accurate
to
as
what
far as what vendors
is.
are going to pay for it. Yeah. And other games.
Well, actually, give me those 2 items back again. Should have done this first. Okay, so let's see what this vendor will give me for them. Let's see what she'll give me.
35 and 138 for me.
Yeah, 38.
A little bit less. Yeah.
136. Yeah, so not quite the. Let's see the next vendor. Just at a. And these should all be the same here.
It should be the same, yeah. But other games,
Yep,
if it tells you the
136.
value, that's what the vendors will pay for it.
Yeah, most other games don't have the durability problem, that we have.
Well, I
Although,
mean, but at the same time, it should automatically say the durability. This is automatically being reduced because the vendor is calculating that right there on the fly. And if you had a metric fuck ton of repair scrolls, you could always maximize that return, but you're wasting an absolute ton of repair scrolls for a little bit of gold.
if you're getting them for free because they drop in the freaking loot table,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
you like how it
inevitably
just
the
randomly
taps and sinks get out of whack. Yeah, they've been out of whack since day one, Tina. I think you know that. We know that.
Yes.
And most of the rest of the game population who does any kind of merchant trading, especially somebody like CC sitting here with us, knows that that's totally out of whack. But moving right along. Yeah, the value add, I find that it wasn't really worth my time to try and find the value add, especially since 90% of what you're picking up is most of the time is going to be equipment off of your NPCs. And the rest of the stuff is usually stuff that you want to keep for crafting or other stuff. Most likely.
And Mike Soda is also like, there's not really any gold sinks. That is very true.
Don't get us started on gold sink, CC.
It is. I mean, bad design all around.
Rent.
Yeah.
Does a gold sink help keep your dishes cleaner?
Well,
no, only a silver sink.
Yeah. Right now, I don't know where to get more important quests. Once you've done the story and gotten your shroud, there are no more important quests.
Good point.
There are side quests as well as dailies, but episode 2 was supposed to be released 5 years ago.
More than that.
Well, 18 months after 12 to 18 months after launch.
Right. So within 2 years, so
yeah.
8+ years ago.
Well, 2018 was 7 years ago.
Oh, well, if you're going by that release date.
Release, not project release. Supposed to be done 5 years ago.
Tina had some commentary where his commentary we should be around episode 3, probably 4. I say we should definitely be on 4, if not working on 5.
And working on 5, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there is so much stuff, and remember, the owner extraordinaire that can't do anything actually thinks Crowns of the Obsidian are the game economy.
No.
When can you go buy anything in the game with a crown directly?
No.
Any vendor accept those? Oh, so it's not really the thing. Yeah, that was a very furry tentacle. Yeah, exactly. For the rest, I either agree or it doesn't affect me. Oh wait, sorry. Episode 2 is still being worked on, and I have not seen a storyline for it because they ixnayed it. Just look for NPCs waving their hands with blue sparkles in NPC towns. For the rest, I either agree or it doesn't affect me. But for those, those are the reasons things are this way, or a way to work around your issues. Hope it helps keep the grind going. Sentinel-2, another mine-related comment. For most people, I can understand this. There are those like me who can wipe out a mine so fast that we're waiting for ore to respawn. Pick a mine and I'll wipe whatever level I'm on and be waiting and waiting. Only way to get ore to respawn and be somewhat productive is to go through a door or gate, then come back in a few minutes, which it makes it a kind of boring, actually, when compared to other MMOs, RPGs, games I play. ESO, for example, there are plenty of mats to gather for hours on end, even when competing with other players in the same instance. You don't think it's bad design that, like, you have a boundless forest with only 4 harvestable nodes? Or mines?
Out there?
Huh? No. They're talking about mines, and I like to reference the trees. This is part of bad design, realistically. Why is a tier 15 ore node 10 times the size of a tier 1 ore node? Even though
it gives the same amount of resources.
Yeah. Ashes of Creation mostly has figured this out currently in Alpha 2 testing. They've been listening to the players' feedback and working on it out. At least low-level mats are plentiful. Higher level ore takes a bit more effort. How long has people been asking for, like, different scraps, different metals, and all kinds of other things?
Well, since day one, give us more than 2 types of trees, give us more than 4 types of ores. Give us dyeable armor, give us dyeable leather, give us options. Yes.
Yeah.
Jumping horses, flying balloons.
Still loving soda and play periodically. It would be nice if there was something more to keep more busy when gathering. Oh, and yeah, that includes killing all the baddies. Maybe set up more difficult tiers for gathering. Hey, Laz, do you remember what were supposed to be the best scenes for gathering resources were?
Yeah, they were the PvP zones, right?
Oh, PvP. Did that ever occur?
Well, according to them, it did.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, but the actual resources that they put in those zones really didn't make, like, let's see the friends list here. Let's see if there's anybody in any of those zones on my friends list. Oh, look at that. No.
Well, I've got a bunch of people that aren't, but it's like you can go into PvP zones for hours and never see a single person, or even to Blood Bay. But then it's like maybe set up more difficult tiers for gathering. That would require devs to actually create those things and populate them with things. And fixing things like, why is this way? Duke Gregor with a hail, and kill. The best way to find all the quests after gathering your shroud is to read all the monthly updates from the past 11 plus years. What? Surely you jest, Lord Gregor. Quests are always in those quick reads. Not always. And then my phone is beeping at me.
Quick reads? What quick reads?
Yeah.
I mean, like the last year's worth of daily releases? Those would be quick reads.
Yes. Hopefully.
But I know he's being sarcastic there.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to check something. Compose. IT dot receivable. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. Gotta check to make sure that my email distribution list works. So that would suck if it didn't, right?
Oh, yeah, well, they would hope it works.
Yeah. Got a beep that something came in.
What are you doing, CC? Oh, you're gonna go join Knight Rider dancing back there.
Then after that, I'm gonna go with go find people waving blue hands. I mean, that's realistically the only way to do things around here. And then you'll be sorely disappointed by the bonuses from them. Oh, and then let's go with Violet. Or this page on SodaWiki has a link at the bottom for daily task, daily quiz.
What page?
Much easier. What page?
What page?
Where's your link, Violet?
Where's that page? Please, somebody show me where that page is.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess for Dr. Pepper.
It did something.
So while we're searching for that page, let's go search for
While
some
we're searching for
wieners.
that- Yes.
And some buns.
We're coming over here and drawing two.
Torque and Azorian Dufresne.
You know what?
Congratulations.
On my side, it's Torque and Conjurer. So congratulations to the Wieners. And Conjurer's not on the set right now, so
I will
mail it
to
out.
accept all of Conjurer's prizes.
yeah, I don't know if Conjurer is going to like that too much. But those are mailed out from me. Are you done with your mailing there, Laz?
Nope, I'm doing it now.
Okay. And my giveaway is reopened now. Everybody can see that 6-second delay in action. Oh, wait. Who's actually behind us on the wall?
CC
Knight
and Knight
Rider and
Rider.
CC. Yeah. Well, their names aren't popping up from this distance.
Really? I see them.
Well, they were bleeding into.
Yeah, I can see.
Oh.
The weird thing is, like, depending on how I have my camera rotated, I can see the names or not.
Yeah.
And if I zoom in,
I mean, even if I zoom out, I have to be way zoomed out before I really don't see them.
well, I am generally way zoomed out so that way I can get the I love
okay.
I love this on my screen.
I usually
I don't have this shit.
I just usually keep the couches as my. I don't go all the way out because nobody is really reading what all this stuff is down here, even though we have it written out there. But yeah, from out here, you can't see their names.
Yeah.
I just come
which
in.
is really stupid as far as how the logic for name displays. And Jertons, I will give a try to those daily quests, but make money to buy better gear would be a lot of quests if you look at the marketplace. I know the game prizes when you play constantly, it's fair, but we're talking about making the game more friendly for newcomers. This is not the biggest problem, of course. For me, it's fun to try to make money, but I try to be objective with the game experience. That's
John,
so
get that email running.
Oh wait, and let's go do a search for Soda Wiki and daily quests. There you go. There's a link for you.
Oh, okay. I was typing it.
Yes. So there's tier 1 to 4 daily quests. Tier 5.
There is currently
Tier 8
no
to 10.
text for this page.
For the link I sent you?
Yep.
Oh, remove the plus at the end.
Oh, well, thanks.
Sorry, dude. I obviously somehow got a plus on my copy and paste. I don't know how, because it's not near any of the keys I hit. It'd be nice if they actually broke it up by rewards as well.
Does it tell you what the rewards are?
Well, if you have to go into each quest, I believe. Nope. That one doesn't have it. I clicked on Find the Rabbit. Collect the toenail. No, they don't even have the rewards in them.
Yeah, just daily quests.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they had the rewards on them, so that way people know what they're getting into. It's like, hey, this is a waste of time. This isn't.
But does it make sense that they reset at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time?
Hey, Shroud logic.
Yes.
At 7 p.m. Central Time. Or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Whatever one we're on. No idea.
Yeah. Instead of
Um,
midnight, like every other game in the world.
Yeah.
Shroud
Jerton's
Logic.
going to give... Shroud logic is mind-boggling. It really takes a leap of logic in order to understand any of it. Also, about playing privately, it's fair in their offline mode. So if I play the game offline, I want life in the game. I think it's fair complaint, something that everyone should pursue for the health of the game above all. As I said, the game has tons of wonderful things and some basic things related to the fundamentals of the game that still feel rough. There has been an evolution when it comes to improving performance that is clear. The effort is noticeable. When's the last time there was a performance pass realistically on anything?
I can't recall.
3 years ago? I don't want the community or the developers to feel attacked. My intention is aimed at understanding a certain stagnation in the evolution of the game during these years of absence. Well, the stagnation comes from lots of things, Jerton. So, as we mentioned earlier this morning, in 2018, in March, the game launched. When the game launched, it required a $45 pledge, or you could buy the game off of Steam for $45. Frequently, it was on sale on Steam for half that and other things. Then 6 months later, they decided to go free to play. When they went free to play, they didn't update their business model as far as what they're doing. They were still doing monthly telethons and everything else. Then they stopped doing monthly telethons.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in pre-release, the business model was the best because everybody's got wishful thinking for things are going to change. Then they stopped doing monthly telethons. Then they decided to realize that, hey, we need to sell stuff, and we're going to revise the asset store or the crown shop, and move it from the add-on store on the webpage, put it on the crown shop in-game. And then they decided, you know what? We don't have a whole ton of things that we can sell. So we're going to bring back things that were only supposed to be offered for a short period of time or from a telethon and put those in the crown shop. And you had a mass migration of people that were spending a crap ton of money every single month. And between Laz and myself, they lost like $1,000 a month between the two of us.
They lost a lot of
Every
money
single
just between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's related to the vault and heritage items and everything else. And the heritage items, it took them 2 years after the introduction of heritage items to realize this is not making us any money and it causing problems.
Yes.
And they removed it last year sometime. Ravelock said, you know what? We're going to reevaluate the vault and possibly remove that stuff. But to this day, you can still come in here, type in 2014 and still buy shit from 2014. So, lack of understanding of their business model and what they're supposed to be selling really shoots them in the foot.
I've said it once. I've said it hundreds of times. When they quit drinking on live streams, they lost all their money income. They lost all the revenue. When they stopped having fun with it is when they stopped making money. That's pretty much the way I see it, and I stick to it.
Of course. I mean, that is one where they would get drunk and make stupid promises like the 4-man band and the 5-man band and stuff like that because they hadn't been all the tech for that.
But they delivered.
Whoops. Yes, they did. There are lots of bad ideas and even worse implementation that the Shroud team has engaged in and continues to engage in. And Laz and myself, just two idiots interpreting what's going on. And we point out these things and have been for like 8 years. Those specific things which were massive mistakes.
Yeah. If you really, really, really want to try and get back on track, I would bite the bullet, take the little income that we do have here, and hire a full-time artist.
Yeah.
And have him start cranking out pixel crack.
And not only that, but it's like set up the in-game craftable version of the pixel crack, the dated, like this is only going to be available a short period of time pixel crack, and then seasonal pixel crack. They have to do all of those things. And instead of, hey, once a quarter, we're going to release a brand new item and tie it to a $70,
$80.
$80 Kodo purchase.
Although this past time they did two of them. They did an 80 and a 60, which was a little different. And, again.
But still not understanding that you need hundreds of purchases in order to do things. Yes, these are top industry professionals that have been there for fucking decades. Oh, wait. Who's the professional on the team right now?
Daniel.
Oh, he's just artist realistically and some tech.
He's a level designer. Yeah,
level designer. And some quests. And responsible for renaming POTs and changing biomes.
I don't think he's doing that anymore. I think that's Ali these days, but don't quote me on that.
Couldn't tell you. Yes, the game does need full-time art dev to make rare items. Hello, business model.
Yes.
You need to understand your business model. And Bonalino, it's true some vendors charge too much for gear. I
No.
disagree with that.
It's
I disagree with that because the amount of resources.
Players charge
Yeah.
too much for gear. The vendors don't charge anything. The vendors charge whatever their owner tells them to. So don't put it on the vendor. The vendors don't charge too much for anything in this game.
However, a number of vendors are far more reasonable and charge prices that new players can actually afford. You know what? Talk to them and find their scrap shit that may not be good for end game, but will get you through early levels and mid levels. There's tons of stuff. But don't expect to get top level gear cheap. It takes a lot of gold and money to make the top level stuff. Initially, set your sight on gear that is a little bit of an upgrade to the stuff you get in the beginning, then keep upgrading it as your gold supply increases. This brings up the conversation about gear decay.
What decay?
Yeah. If people were having to replace their gear all the time, you would actually have to change a lot of things, and things would be different. And Frost 2's like, where's the link? Conjurer with, well, which is your mother tongue? If Spanish, which I guess from your post, there's a Spanish subform here. Isabel Ain is the governess of Umbra and speaks Spanish. I suggest you add her to your friends list. Then the enemy see you for only if you are visible. Do not use stealth to sneak around like silent movement or shadow form. With those, you have to stay just out of melee range.
2, non-existent.
2, spoiler alert, there is none. Well, it's which ones he's responding to. Mining is hard. Then you are two level for the zone you are in. The difficulty to mine an ore node rises with the difficulty of the zone you are in. If the skill is low, you will have to try several times to mine an ore node.
That's
or you can always look at
that's not true at all.
Well, then you have to run into the Shroud RNG of, hey, you have a 60% chance of mining this node and somehow fail 20 times in a row.
Oh, if your skill is low. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying if, yeah, I misheard that. My bad. My bad, Conjurer.
And then, let's see. Instances, yes, absolutely. That I have a cat that's helping me navigate right now by stepping on the keyboard. Now laying on the keys. What are you doing there?
They make a decoy kitty laptop these days.
Look at the size of this kitty.
Yeah.
This kitty is fucking massive. Okay. Where was I? I have no idea.
Instances.
Instances suck. Yes, absolutely. That is why everyone should try to play open multiplayer setting whenever possible. That way you too can be disappointed by the lack of people that are online. Exceptions being the 3 starter zones and some main quest dungeons that you have to be explored alone. Making money is easy. Defeat enemies, loot them, sell the loot to the merchant that pays the most, which usually the merchant is the specialist for the wares. Usually that is a blacksmith for metal weapons and armor. Other merchants will buy stuff too, but pay less. Quest system.
I'm surprised that a lot of people went with the value add merchants question.
Well, I mean, All the quests you get are stored safely in your journal. You can open it up with J and then decide to either see your open quest, solved quest, or your diary that contains additional info if in the journal with the blue flower cogwheel. You should be able to keep 2 boxes checked so that quest locations are shown in both blue on your map and in your compass. Blue flower cogwheel. To make quests easier to find, things like that.
What is this blue star cogwheel you speak of, Conjure?
Well, it's the interface options.
Interface.
Yeah, and then from there it is you've got the fun thing of scrolling through a list of absolute shit, and I will refer to it as absolute shit because there is no consistency on how any of this is organized. And it's like, what is the thing for the quest options?
Well, that's a hotkey. Mine is T, which allows me to bring up.
Which would be under controls.
That's what I'm saying.
Which still,
yeah,
but. So,
I think he's
blue...
talking. Yeah, he's talking about under the journal. I think you go to the blue cogwheel. I see. Okay, so if you go into the journal,
cogwheel,
there's the cogwheel that lets you set the number of tasks to show. So if you wanted to show 10 of them, it would show 10 on the side. I gotcha. Show task highlighting.
What does show task highlighting mean?
That might be your compass thing. No, mine actually is already there. I don't know what show task highlighting actually is.
I mean, this would be Shroud of what the fuck does this do because it's so poorly worded.
Show current task and user interface.
Well, that's the task list that are up on the left.
Yeah.
Which I unchecked because that's just additional clutter.
Well, I have a hotkey to T where it was originally so that I can bring it up and just make it disappear whenever. Yeah. Yeah, which I hardly ever use because it just sits there and it becomes annoying, but that's just life in Shroud of the Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah, we found it. Thank you. The cogwheel, yeah.
The cogwheel.
Oh, he says the clue markers, yeah. I mean, I had the markers on my map long before that, checking that other box. So I don't know. If you check that box, do you get any blue sparkles on your map?
No.
On your compass?
Nope.
No?
No.
How many quests do you have in your journal that are open still?
30.
30, really?
Yeah.
I only have 14. Interesting.
Well, you've done more quests than I have. I've killed more mobs than you, but you've done more quests.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true either. Maybe maybe I just haven't gotten to them.
Yeah. Then Morkin, when I started playing Soda, I found a guild who supports me a bit, but at least I was killing boars for more than a year to collect my gear. That is the way game works, and I love it. Soda is not a game for Sunday afternoon, and there is no end boss. I think most players will agree. You can't play Soda. You have to live it. We're all masochists when it comes to Shroud playing, it appears. Jurton with nobody denies the virtues of the game. It has many of them. It's totally understandable that all enthusiastic players are delighted with the game as it is.
Maybe.
Do you know any? Do you know anybody that's really ecstatic about the current state of the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Contra Dragon.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Game's perfect. There are no bugs.
Well, if anything, he's doing his best to eliminate all those bugs by reporting them all.
And reporting things that don't need to be fixed occasionally.
Yes.
And we do have to pay money for that, Conjurer. Stealing water buckets. Um,
Any other points?
Where did this message go?
The void.
No, it was in my spam and then just disappeared. Which is weird.
All right, well, you can look in 5 minutes. Let's get.
Okay, then after that, now I'm in. It's not my intention to criticize this aspect. Many of the points I have put are my perceptions. They may be wrong, but they should not differ much from the perception that a newcomer has. In my case, I'm not a newcomer, but a returner of years without playing. Now I'm in a clan with wonderful people. I communicate in English, which is not bad for me to improve it, but is more factor that adds to the difficulty of understanding the game. I have found ideal places to mine. I function a little better in the world and love that there are thousands of things still to learn. This thread was motivated by the horror I felt when seeing the game empty.
Horror.
It's empty by design. Because Chris Pierce has spent the last few years trying to make Shroud of the Avatar less and less money focused. But the truth is that, not like years ago in terms of population, it is a problem for the survival of the game. I also don't think the solution is to do renewed marketing. That would be good if the conflicts that new players may have as their first impression of the game are resolved. Remember, 2 years ago, we're going to have brand new scenes for introductory scenes and training scenes.
We did that. But we broke them.
And we're going to add a bunch of other things onto those training scenes, and they're going to make perfect sense. And last time we did that, Laz, how many bugs did we uncover? 18?
There was a bunch of them.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Don't forget, we have 3 starting scenes, but where do all characters start?
Solus Bridge outskirts.
Oh, aren't you supposed to have a choice of where you want to start?
Supposed to.
Oh, Shroud of the half-ass, dude. There are things in the game that have a lot of quality and others look rough. My complaints about the quest system are not because I find it confusing. The conversation box that opens when dealing with the app's NPCs looks strange, and it usually happens with some things on the interface in general. Perhaps a faceless wouldn't be a bad idea in that regard. I say this as a suggestion. I don't like to criticize the work of the devs because, among other things, we don't know their circumstances. Well, the quest system is the way it is because all the dialogue stuff was essentially written by one guy who then, instead of using a Unity Store asset as far as a dialogue system, decided to write it all himself when he will tell you explicitly he is not a programmer.
2 wasted years.
And he spent a year and a half on that. And one of the things that you see is that you will have like 40 hours of questing in order to get the Path of Love quest line completed. And then the Path of Truth and Courage take 2.5 hours.
20 minutes.
Start to finish. Yeah. Yes, the quest system absolutely sucks because they wrote it from scratch by a guy that didn't know what the fuck he was doing and was essentially left by himself for a year and a half.
Thanks, Lum.
Yeah, thanks, Lum. And remember, Lum the Mad got his start and everything by criticizing the development of UO and all the issues there. We could provide suggestions otherwise, always with constructive intentions.
Yeah, we're going to have to stop.
But you know what
because,
time it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Time for us to pull the final giveaways of the day.
Oh, man. And I get to send a streamer bundle to Torque again,
Knight
as
Rider
well as
and Lomir.
Paladin Michael. Those are the wieners. You at least get to send at least one of those on the lot.
Yeah, well, I would have had 2 if Knight Rider was still here, but I'll just...
Oh, man. He left. He left. Yeah. But yes, we are still hoping for the day where the dev team pulls head out of ass, recognizes business model, and fixes business model, and then starts doing the things in order to correct other things. And my wiener of a Steam key is going to be Knight Rider, who's getting a copy of Gravity Badgers, which is currently on sale for $1.34.
Hey,
You don't need no stinky badgers.
that's right. We don't
Gravity
need no
Badgers,
stinking
man.
gravity. That's right.
No,
And final
Gravity
game
Badgers.
key winner is going to be Mike Soda. CC. CC, you're going to get yourself a copy of... See what you're going to get a copy of.
Dun, dun, dun.
Out of Space. Sounds like a hard drive problem.
Uh-oh. Yes.
And Out of Space on Steam. It doesn't tell me. I gotta go look that up.
Dun, 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 dun.
Out of Space on Steam is $14.99. $14.99 going out to CC. So congratulations to you. Been a long time since you won a game.
Don't play it all at once.
Yep. Okay. Time for us to get out of
looks
here.
like this is the first time you're actually winning a game, CC? Looks like it.
What? Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But enjoy. Nom nom nom. I missed them,
Bon
but thank
appetit.
you. But that's all for now. We'll be back with more tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz,
I'm Jack.
I'm Lomir.
and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.